article today in the Jamaica Gleaner, which states that Police High Command rejected the allegation that I made. Now, I would like to advise the person who is actually putting out this information, please be careful and ensure that you are coming from a position of fact. Please remember that it is due to the fact that several members of High Command have very little or no integrity. And that is what forced me to record all the conversations, all the meetings that I went to, including the ethics interview of which you made mention. The records are there. It would look bad on the organization if you state these things and the contrary is proven. There are 4 things that I'm going to address in that video. Firstly, you listed the persons present. One of the persons you listed as present was the superintendent in charge of personnel. Yes, it was a superintendent post, but it was actually being manned by a deputy superintendent, Shoshana Ellington. She is the daughter of the then Commissioner Owen Ellington, who I spoke about in the first video. Now, Ms. Shoshana Ellington's role at this meeting was to record the minutes. So she recorded, or should have recorded, everything that was said. So you don't need to say at this point that my views or my opinion. Just state whether what I said was a lie or if it was true. That is all you need to say. Because there are avenues to check to see if what I said was a lie. Now, I am hoping I am not backed into a corner where I need to prove that what I'm stating are not lies. Because if I'm backed into a corner, I will have to squeal. The second thing I will address is where you stated that in the meeting she made allegations of what she viewed as victimization. Really, High Command? At this point, you're going to say what I view as victimization? Just state whether or not it is true or if it's lie. At this point, 2 years later, you should not be talking about what I view, because I told you that I was taken off the NAP program because the commissioner told me that I failed a polygraph, which means that the record would be there to show that the reason I was removed from this program was because I failed a polygraph. This commissioner had before him the polygraph results. So when I told him that that is what was said to me, all he had was to just go back and check on those records and say whether or not what I said is true. Now, in fact, if that record had said that I was taken off the program because I failed a polygraph, why not just correct it? Why not just do the necessary remedial action to correct it? At this point, you should be stating facts. The allegation that I made. Don't say they are my views. Is it a lie or is it true? That is all the public wants to know. Is she lying or are you lying? You also said that I requested that meeting with the commissioner. Yes, I wrote to the commissioner and requested dialogue with him from he took office. And as I indicated in the video, 2 years later, I was still being told that my file was being vetted. It is actually a voice note that I sent out in my batch group, accompanied by a 26-minute recording with myself and DCP Stewart that eventually reached the commissioner, why he gave the directive that he wanted to meet with this police. It was not based on the request that I made. It was also said that after the ethics interview, and please be reminded that the ethics interview, all 1 hour and 53 minutes of it, I had said 56 minutes before, I think, but I made checks today and it was 1 hour and 53 minutes. It was all recorded. You said that after the ethics interview, intelligence came up, which later led to me being charged. Now, please be reminded, I spent most of my years in this organization at the National Intelligence Bureau. I still have access to this information. Up to last week when I checked, and I checked almost every week, up to last week when I checked, there was absolutely nothing in intelligence against me. You know this. Don't go put on anything now. Because remember that just like how persons are disgruntled. So believe me, persons will speak. Be very careful.
Xaymaca unity, them for no straight love we need in the community. It's time for us to unite, my brothers, my sisters. Let's join hands together. It's the only way to rise above inequality. One nation, freedom, my people, freedom.